What up, America? I'm here to talk to you about voting, and I'm gonna start you off with a true story. So during the 2004 presidential election, I was attending Radford University in Virginia, where I was a proud member of the Young Democrats, and I volunteered and became a big campaign supporter of John Kerry in his quest to become president. Too soon. And it was during one of our meetings when a man walked in and introduced himself.
Hello.
His name was Chris Rehak, and he was the Assistant Commonwealth Attorney for the city of Radford. And he was running for the top job of Commonwealth Attorney. And he asked if we would help spread the word and ask for votes. Now, I couldn't vote for the guy because I was registered to vote in Northern Virginia, and most of the Young Democrats couldn't vote for him because they also were not residents of Radford, but we liked what the guy stood for. Plus his opponent was a Republican. So we said, heck yeah, we'll spread the word. So fast forward months later to election day, and the girl who I was dating at the time had actually changed her voting registration from her hometown in Pennsylvania to Radford, Virginia. And during that afternoon, she said, "Hey, best boyfriend in the world, can you drive me to the polling station so I can vote?" To which my response was, "Hell to the yeah, I can drive you to the polling station so you can vote." So we make our way to her polling station at the local high school. She gets out of the car and starts to walk in, when all of a sudden, it hits me. So I yelled at her, "Hey, don't forget to vote Rehak for Commonwealth Attorney. He's a great guy. Just trust me and vote for him." And so she did. Fast forward to the next day. What did the papers say? Chris Rehak elected Radford Commonwealth Attorney after winning the election by a single vote. Holy sh**. That's insane. He won by one vote. Just one vote. One single vote. So the reason I'm telling you this story is to hopefully make you realize how important voting is, whether it's for President of the United States or even the local races, right where you live. Now, while I hope everyone who watches this video is inspired to vote, I have a message specifically to my peoples, the millennials. In the last presidential election, not enough of us voted. Only 38% of people between the ages of 18 and 24 voted in 2012. And if you increase that age range to 29, only 45% of us took the time to vote, which, carry the two, is still less than half. Yeah, well, I have reasons why I didn't vote. Okay, let's look at those reasons. Fusion.net performed a massive millennial poll, which surveyed people aged 18 to 34 on all sorts of issues, including the upcoming 2016 election. And one of the questions asked was, there are many reasons why someone may not vote. Why do you think you are unlikely to vote? And I'd like to respond to some of those answers that were given. Reason number one, my vote doesn't count. That isn't true. If you're one of those people out there that thinks your vote doesn't matter, you have to shake this idea out of your head. Here's the deal. From that story that I just told you, I'm pretty sure there was at least one person who stayed home in Radford, Virginia, because they said to themselves,
my vote doesn't count.
And had that person actually gone and voted that day, the outcome of that particular election could have been completely different. Someone else could have won, determined by just one person. And if every person out there who thought their vote didn't count actually voted, you would change elections across the country, potentially even the presidency. Reason number two, I'm too busy. Okay, I can't completely fault people for this. We are all very busy, whether it's our jobs or families or life or whatever. And they got us voting on a motherfucking Tuesday. Tuesday.
Going up on a Tuesday.
Do you even know why we vote on a Tuesday?
You can't handle the truth.
I'm going to tell you. Let us go back in time to 1845, when people traveled by horse and buggy. It took at least a day to get to the county seat to vote, and a day to get back. Couldn't travel on the Sabbath, what with it being holy and all. And Wednesday, for most of the farmers, was market day. So Tuesday made the most sense. At the time. In 1845. So now that it's the year 2016, and our horse and buggies have gotten a hell of a lot faster, well, most of us aren't farmers, so Tuesday is a crappy day to vote. Now, there have been efforts to change this super outdated law, like the introduction of the Weekend Voting Act, HR 3910 holla, which would change voting to when most people are actually available to vote. But politics, as usual, is winning, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Thank you, super awesome Congress that has that super high approval rating. The unfortunate thing in all of this is that Congress is actually making it harder for people to vote by passing ridiculous voter ID laws, shortening early voting, or redrawing district lines so that it favors one party over another. Do me a favor and combat these atrocities by finding the time to vote. The good news is the date is set. So do me a favor and take out your calendar from your phone, your tablet, pull up your Google Calendar, Outlook, your planner. Do people still have planners? Whatever it is, and save the date. Don't schedule anything that day. Look, today is
Insert today's date here.
you have
Insert number of days until Election Day.
days until Election Day. Be there. Oh, and before you go, find out who's making it harder for you to vote. And don't vote for those people. And a quick side note to our politicians. If you won't entertain the idea of us voting on the weekend because you're such a huge fan of Tuesday, then why not make Election Day a holiday? If you're great with us celebrating our Independence Day on July 4th, why not make Election Day a holiday where we can celebrate our democracy? Yeah! Reason number 3, I don't like any of the candidates, or I'd be voting for the lesser of two evils. Let's think about that one for a second. The lesser of two evils. If during a presidential election you were given the choice of either voting for Darth Vader or Adolf Hitler, you could first recognize that they are both indeed inherently evil. But wouldn't you want the lesser of those two evils as president? At least under a Vader presidency, there would be extremely low unemployment, and stormtroopers probably get automatic housing and great health insurance. So yes, vote for the lesser of two evils. Because let's be honest, nobody wants Hitler as president. Zing! Reason number 4, and really the top reason why millennials are unlikely to vote is, I don't care about voting. I recognize that politics can be overwhelming, frustrating, and darn right annoying. The political season seems to get longer and longer every time we do this. And with all of the TV ads and debates and news coverage, it can get so loud and so obnoxious that all you want to do is... I don't blame you at all, but you need to understand that the person who lives here and the people who work here make decisions that directly affect you. And that should matter, and should hopefully make you care. There are a million reasons to vote. Just find one. Do you walk outside and say to yourself, it's hotter than Hades out here. Climate change is a bitch. Well, some of the candidates don't believe in it, and if they become president, won't do anything about it. Are you someone who attends Planned Parenthood for your breast exams or pap tests or other health-related issues? Well, some candidates want to see them shut down. Do you make minimum wage and want to see your pay increase? Do you drive across a bridge or use roads to get to work? Well, some politicians don't care to keep up our infrastructure. Do you care about your health care, gun laws, immigration reform, the death penalty, energy, abortion, marijuana, your taxes, your privacy, education? The list goes on. Find a reason to vote. And if you can't find a reason to vote for something that affects you, find a reason for someone else. Maybe you have a friend that is gay, and you want that person to be able to marry the man or woman that he or she loves. Well, some candidates still believe they shouldn't be allowed to marry. Maybe you have a brother or sister that is serving in the military. Well, there are some candidates that are ready to put boots on the ground tomorrow. And maybe you don't want your friends or family going to another war. There are a million reasons to vote. All you need is one. Millennials, it is my hope that we represent this November. I would love to see the charts looking more like this. Boom! Bang! So talk to your friends, make sure they're registered to vote. College kids, request your absentee ballots early if you're not going to be home to vote. Share this video, but most importantly, show up and make your voices heard. Because I promise you that just like Chris Rehack down in Radford, Virginia, this election is going to come down to just one vote. Yours.
Hey!